Well, here I am again. I literally have been running out of time left and right. And so my YouTube channel has suffered because of that. I haven't done many updates. So, rather than let that continue, I'm forcing myself to come out here and do a little YouTube video while I pull some weeds. I was multitasking. I bought a little place here in Pullman, and I'll tell you what, it is a fixer-upper deluxe supreme, and it needs a lot of work. But I got a really good deal on it, so I'll live with it. It's a nasty weed right there. And when you pull weeds, you don't want to be doing it like I'm doing it, because it'll just come back. But it is in the fall, so what do you call? Maybe they won't come back when the growing season's done for most of them. But part of the deal of living here is you gotta keep this place up. The appearance supplies. And so there I am doing some of that, pulling these weeds up. But I kind of got to thinking, with all this talk about small business and things like that, you know, this YouTube channel really is my very first small business. The way it works is you put something up on YouTube that you think people might want to see, and advertisers put up little ads with stuff they think you might want to see. It's a win-win situation. It works out pretty good because it requires almost no capital, so I highly recommend you look into it. YouTube with the AdSense program, I definitely am a believer in that. So, but you've got to keep putting good videos up because people want new content. Because what I've noticed is I've got over 200 videos up now, but I'm losing my core audience because I have nothing new up. So I've got to come up with some more stuff, and that isn't hard for me. I've got a whole pallet worth of military training tapes that I've got to I guess you call replicate or preserve here up on YouTube. The U.S. government doesn't have copyright on any of that works. It belongs to the public, so it's not a big deal. But it's an exclusive. But anyway, I talk about it on some other YouTube videos. But that would be an endless supply of things to put up on YouTube that no one else has, I don't think. So need to get on that. You know how it happens when you move a couple times. When I first moved to this town, I had a couple of roommates and it just didn't pan out too well. It wasn't my fault. I jumped through my pants to try to help them out, but some people just love being miserable and they'll do anything to stay that way. So that's over with, and got my other place here. Now I got two homes, I guess you'd call. But I decided this winter I want to be a little bit closer to my primary work, because winters in Washington are no joke. They will totally freeze you up and down. You know what? So rather than commute all the time and put wear and tear on my vehicles, it costs about the same price-wise to rent a little shack here as it does for gas to commute 2 hours a day, a work day. Plus, I was going to school and everything. I took this semester off though, because I have to get some things in order. But with me living closer to the university and everything, in a stable environment, not like those ornery roommates I had, I think things will work out better. But yeah, so I'm just pulling weeds here, trying to talk. This is like a little enclosure area. I don't want to get too fancy about the description, but as I work on it, I guess you'll see glimpses and restoration work. But it's not spring anymore. It's kind of late to grow anything. But I'd like to get some crops growing in this little place. It's a nice little place for it. There's not a lot of birds that mess around and things like that. This place has potential. But the main thing though is keep it up and I don't know what I'll do with it eventually. Probably rent it or sell it, but for now it's a home away from home. A place to hang my hat. Nature of my employment, I get tired, I've fallen asleep on the road a few times, caught myself. It's pretty scary. Can't help it either. And I'm tired of playing chicken with myself. I got in the whole canned coffee deal. I was drinking Monster coffees and what's the other brand? Rockstar coffees and stuff. Yeah, kind of like I was back in Iraq, but getting ready for a mission. But anyway, the effectiveness of those things kind of wore thin, and so anyway, I think my solution turned out pretty good. I've just got to sustain and maintain this place and freaking keep it going. Kind of just want to go to sleep, but these weeds are something else. You go to sleep on them, they'll grow up and get really worse. Really bad. The problem just gets harder if you avoid it. If I do a little every day, it'll knock it down. Oh. But yeah, no, I got some cool military equipment I want to review. It's just I need to understand what I'm talking about before I present it. Well, I don't have to. I've been working on the restoration of a military computer, and with no hard drive because it was surplused out, and generally hard drives are removed for security reasons. when you surplus a computer. I don't care if you're federal or state government. They usually wipe it or remove it. I just couldn't find a replacement drive. It's a proprietary type system. So I went through the Linux thing, and a lot of those Linux programs, they require you to have more than 256 kilobytes of RAM, and so I didn't have a lot of success. But basically, I needed a program, or excuse me, OS that would allow me to look at PDF files, portable document files, and maybe play some audio and some video. And basically, I tried multiple Linux systems. I don't have internet either. Well, I'm talking about wireless access on this particular computer. I haven't figured out how to network it is, so it's basically whatever disk I put in there, that's all I got. So, long story short, I even tried a Droid, like off a phone system. It was a Chinese software engineer, had a website, and he's working with Droid's operating system, the Google Droid operating system, putting them on PCs. So anyway, I tried some of that. Worked great, it really did, but it wouldn't recognize a USB drive. And so, turned the dang computer into an alarm clock, basically. And whatever apps were on your standard, installation of Droid. And I couldn't add any apps, and I couldn't look at media. And so, anyway, I settled down. I had tried this operating system called Haiku, Haiku, like the 5 syllable poem, Japanese style, right? Well, it's based, at least in spirit, on the old BOS. Well, anyway, it allows me to look at PDF files. It will play like media, videos, even like MPGs, MP4s. Did a little bit of testing, but can't seem to get any audio. I don't know if it's a hardware problem or software problem, because it's still under development. So it was Haiku Alpha 3. You might want to give it a look if you're trying to run a computer without a hard drive and you need basic media, like text files and this and that. The other good thing about the Haiku is it was able to read my USB drive, no problem. I recognized media and everything. Once I mounted it, like with Linux systems and I guess a Haiku system, and I think some of the early Apple systems too. I doubt it now. It's been a while since I've looked at Apple system. But you've got to mount drives. They don't just immediately come up by default. So you just track it down and click mount, and then it recognizes the drive. So anyway, did that, and it recognized pretty much everything media on this USB drive, and whatever I clicked on, it would take a few moments, of course, but it would play it. So I'm trying to figure. I probably will show that on one of my YouTube videos because it's highly interesting. I've been working on it for the last few weeks, off and on, trying to figure out a way to recycle this surplus computer. Most people, if they say, "Oh, no hard drive, it's no good," I don't know. I just don't know. There's other options. So, at any rate, I think that's good for this video. It's going on 16 minutes here. I'm going to shut it down. That's a long video. I'm glad you probably listened to me this long, and just wanted to give a little update. Pulled a few weeds. We'll eat breakfast. I'll probably figure out what I want to do, but I plan to get my little side business or small business of my YouTube channel. I want to make it a reference, and that's the thing. I can do daily updates and stuff, but they're perishable. If I make videos on update or reference materials, a dictionary you keep around for decades. A magazine gets thrown away in a couple weeks. I want to have like a dictionary type YouTube channel where people go to find things over and over and over again, so it never really gets old. You know? Or I might do a combination: variety show, reference, being tired as hell, pulling weeds and talking about stuff. Someone somewhere is going to find this interesting. That's just the nature of it. Alright, well, you have a good one. Let's shut this down. It's going on 17 minutes. Alright, bye.